Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's session of confident speaking. And I just want a confirmation if my voice is audible. Please type audible in the chat section. Thank you for confirming. Yes. So in yesterday's session, we saw few concepts of confident speaking. What are the things that we need to keep in mind while we are speaking in front of an audience. And in today's session, we'll be seeing some other aspects that also we need to consider. So the things that we will be covering today in today's session includes informative speech or informative communication or informative speaking, and interacting, how to interact with people, what are the things that we need to keep in mind while we are interacting with the people. Okay, so before I start, here is a video. I want you all to watch this video.
Okay, so it's like called nucleus. And the whole idea behind the book is that women, I think they live in an environment all over the world which is a little bit biased against them or towards them. So given that backdrop, is there something that they can do in terms of leadership? So there's so much leadership literature out there. So I don't think it's for men or women. Anybody can use it. However, given the fact that women live in that backdrop, what is it that we can do? So I am a lawyer, so I have read constitutions, I've read the laws, and I read those nice words like dignity and respect and equality and all that stuff. And I wonder, where is it? Where do I don't see it happening around us. So what can we do about it? So the book will actually, it challenges the status quo. And we define a status quo in the sense that something new, where in the minds of the women, that listen, it's sitting out there. Can we go out and do it ourselves rather than going? We are fighting a fight which is not ours. Why am I supposed to waste time on a fight which is not mine? I don't want to fight. I don't want to waste my time. I go, it's sitting there. I don't have to go to a court of law to define equality for me.
No.
I don't have to go to a court of law to define dignity for me. I can do that myself. And these words, if Brian, you notice, these words are open-ended words. These are not words, these are experiential words. These are not words which are absolutes. So now this comes via my experience. If my experience is clouded by a gender bias or a backdrop, which somehow sort of restricts me from doing certain things, I don't want it.
Yes. So as you saw in the video, her name is Abha Maryada Banerjee. So she is one of the India's first internationally acclaimed women motivational speaker. So she is an inspiration for many people because she has come out of her hometown and she started traveling internationally and giving motivational speeches. So she was a lawyer for 10 years. She worked in that field, and after that, by the age of 34, she thought of giving motivational speeches. The main reason was she wanted some women empowerment, and she started giving speeches about giving motivational speeches regarding leadership, how women can develop their leadership. So really, she is an inspirational for everyone. Let's learn from her. Let's get some inspiration from her, because getting an inspiration and getting motivated is very important, so that whatever the work we are doing, we get some positive points from these people, and we will try to use it also in our day-to-day life. So ये इसका नाम है अभा मर्यादा बैनर्जी, एक बहुत बड़ी मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर है और ये बुक्स भी लिखती है. और इसका जो मोटिवेशनल स्पीचेस होता है वो ज़्यादातर वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट लीडरशिप के बारे में होता है. तो ये एक बड़ी इंस्पिरेशन है हम सब के लिए. सो हम इससे let's get inspired because from her, and let's start today's session. And the first thing which I mentioned before this video is about, we will be learning about informative as well as interactive. So starting with the first concept, that is informative speaking. So what is this informative speaking? Now, by the term informative speaking, what can we infer? What is that word that will come to your mind when we listen to this term informative speaking? ये जो वर्ड जब हम सुनते हैं लाइक इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग के बारे में, हमारे मन में कौन से वर्ड कौन से वर्ड आएगा हमारे मन में? सो यू कैन राइट इट आउट इन द चैट सेक्शन. व्हेन वी लिसन टू दिस वर्ड इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग, व्हाट इज दैट वर्ड दैट कम्स इन आवर माइंड? So you can just type it out in the chat section, what word that comes in our mind when we listen to informative speaking. Yes. So what is that word that comes to our mind when we listen to this word informative speaking? Yes. Okay. वो क्या टर्म है जो हमारे मन में आएगा जब हम informative speaking word सुनते हैं? Okay. What's that one word that comes to our mind when we listen to this term informative? Yes, very good. So many people are saying about the language, intonation, stress on word, pausing. Okay. What's that one word, that presentation in front of people or organization? Good. Any one word that comes to our mind? Yes. Okay. Good. So many people have given their answers. What is that comes to your mind when we hear about informative speaking? Okay. Good. So this informative speaking, that inform, that word itself says that it is something related to information. जब कभी भी हम इंफॉर्मेशन देते हैं लोगों को, तब हम उसे कहते हैं हम इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग. ये क्यों ज़रूरी है इंफॉर्मेटिव? बहुत ही ज़रूरी है क्योंकि वी विल बी सीइंग पीपल अराउंड अस who will be using, will be sharing information. Yes, confidence, body language, useful words, very nice. Good to see all the answers that you're giving. Thank you for giving the answers. Yes, free speaking. Good. So informative speaking, basically it means that you are giving some information to other person. So it is like speaking with an intent to teach the audience. जब कभी भी आपका इंटेंशन लोगों को टीच करना होता है, तब ये इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग कॉन्सेप्ट आता है. इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग मतलब जब भी आप लोग ऑडियंस या किसी को आप टीच करते हो, पढ़ाते हो, तब उसे कहते हैं इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग. जब आप पढ़ाते हो तब जो वर्ड्स यूज़ करते हो, जो सेंटेंसेस यूज़ करते हो, उसे कहते हैं इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग. सो इट्स स्पीकिंग विद एन इंटेंट टू टीच द ऑडियंस समथिंग न्यू or increase their knowledge on a topic. So that is nothing but informative speaking. Now I want you to guess informative speaking जो होता है generally कौन देता है और कौन ज़्यादा इससे related है. Informative speaking. So you can put it in the chat section. Informative speaking जो जब भी आप information देते हो या कुछ teach करते हो किसी को और नॉलेज ट्रांसफ़र करते हो, तो ये जो होता है रेगुलरली आप कहाँ पे देखते हो? एक जो कॉन्सेप्ट इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग या जो दूसरों को पढ़ाना, ये किस में देखते हो? ज़्यादातर हम किस व्यक्ति में देखते हैं? एंड whom do you see mostly having this concept of informative speaking? Yes. Okay. So this informative speaking generally, my question was generally whom do you see giving this information? Very good. So I'm getting good answers from most of them. The most common answer is uh, college, school, teacher, speaker. Okay, speaker. Okay, I think it's the preacher. Okay, teacher, expression, successful seminars, teacher. Yes, very good. So very good to see all the answers. Most of them, ज़्यादातर लोगों ने कहा टीचर. Yes, टीचर्स में हम ज़्यादा देखते हैं क्योंकि वो पढ़ाते हैं, हम हमें पढ़ाते हैं और इंफॉर्मेशन ट्रांसफ़र करते हैं. एग्जैक्टली. लेट मी टेल यू दिस इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग इज़ नॉट ओनली रेस्ट्रिक्टेड टू टीचर्स. ये सिर्फ टीचर्स ही नहीं करते हैं, हम सब करते हैं. स्पेशली आप सबको ये पता होगा, एग्ज़ाम के एक दिन पहले हम दूसरों को पढ़ाते हैं इम्पॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स, या हमें कोई पढ़ाता है इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स. तो ये तब आप इंफॉर्मेशन ट्रांसफ़र करते हो. तो ये तो एक कॉमन, हम सब ने रिलेट किए होंगे इसको. हम सब ने ये सब एक्सपीरियंस करते रहेंगे कॉलेज में, जनरली एग्ज़ाम टाइम में. सो वी एक्सपीरियंस दिस ड्यूरिंग one day before the exam, where we teach others. So that is also a kind of informative speaking. So it is a skill that where we inform or we teach in such a way that the other person understands what we are saying. So informative speaking is like is a common thing that everyone possesses. It's not only restricted to teachers. So thank you everyone for giving the answers. Like most of them mentioned teachers. And yes, so this is something where you teach someone where in main intention is to transfer the knowledge or make other person understand and learn something from you. That is nothing but informative speaking. So these terms are very important because it's very good if you have this ability of judging. Is a person using the informative speech, or is he just speaking randomly? So you can guess this if at all you are able to distinguish between whether the speech is informative or not. So that's a kind of a skill that we need to learn, because it's not only restricted for teachers, it's also for everyone. Now we will be seeing about some of the points that related to this informative speaking, and what we need to learn, what are the things that we need to keep in our mind. So all these things. So first, the characteristics of informative speaking. Yes, see, informative speaking, the first thing that comes as content is non-controversial. Yes, so what is this non-controversial? We all have heard about this term called controversy. Controversy matlab vivad. We have all heard about this term called controversy. In Hindi we say vivad. So whenever we are giving some information to others, whenever we are transferring knowledge to others, we need to make sure that our knowledge is non-controversial. It is not controversial. So that is the way you become a very good informative speaker. Controversial, there are many things, if we see the advertisements, there are many advertisements that has created lot of controversies, because the information that they have given to the audiences, to the viewers, was not appropriate. So that's when those content became non-controversial. So always, if at all you want to become an informative speaker, because it is good to be an informative speaker, we should make sure that whatever the content that we are giving is not controversial. It should be it should be simple. It should not hurt anyone, and people should not feel bad after listening to it. So you can also type in live chat what are the controversial advertisements that you have seen or you have heard about. You can definitely mention this in the live chat section also. What are the controversial advertisements that you have seen in TV where it is not taking the people in the right direction? An example I could give is one of the advertisements that is in US, where it is a kind of a one beverage drink. They portrayed something which is related to the protest. So later it was taken off quickly. So that is one of the controversial one, and there are many controversial advertisements that mislead people. So if you think that something like that related to any advertisements where it has created lot of controversy, you can mention, or any series which has created a controversy, that also you can mention in the live chat so that I'll know that everyone are in the same track. Okay. Yes. So this is one of the point that we need to keep in mind. So content is non-controversial. That is a fixed rule. We should always remember this, because people might get diverted into a wrong direction if we create controversial content. Something that will hurt the people, something that will hurt the sentiment of people, something they will feel bad about. So we should not use all these things whenever you are giving information or informative speech. Okay. So some of them are mentioning some of the advertisements they have seen, which has created a lot of controversy. Okay, good. Now, so this is one of the point that we all need to keep in mind. There's one more. Speaker is objective on the topic. Yes, you should know what you are saying. So एक उद्देश्य होना चाहिए, उद्देश्य पूर्वक होना चाहिए. जो कोई भी आप इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहे हो, नॉलेज ट्रांसफ़र कर रहे हो, उसका एक उद्देश्य होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ़ यू आर गिविंग सम इंफॉर्मेशन टू योर फ्रेंड who is taking an exam tomorrow and you are helping her or him, you should make sure that your main intention should be making her to learn more so that she'll get more marks. So in that intention, if you teach, it will be more effective, rather than thinking that, okay, if I teach her, maybe she will get more points, more marks from me. So that is a kind of a thing we should avoid. So make sure that whenever you are saying something or knowledge, transferring the knowledge, you should have an objective. Okay. So in an interview also, sometimes they will ask you a question related to your technical topic. They might ask something related to the formulas in a Microsoft Excel, or something they might ask you to write a code. So whenever they say something like that, when you write it down, it's very important you explain that to the interviewer also in a right way. तो आपको जो भी आप कोड लिखे हो या फंक्शंस या एक्सेल में कुछ पॉइंट्स लिखे, उसे एक्सप्लेन करना भी बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. जब आप एक्सप्लेन करते हो, तब आपका जो मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ये होना चाहिए कि वो जो इंटरव्यूअर है और या कोई सुन रहा है आपको, उसको कम्प्लीटली समझ में आए. तो इसके लिए आपका वो ऑब्जेक्टिव होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको समझ में आ गया और आपने उससे लिख दिया. ऐसा नहीं है. जब कभी भी आप इंफॉर्मेटिव स्पीकिंग देते हो, तो आपको ये मन में रखना है कि दूसरे व्यक्ति को वो समझ में आना चाहिए completely. So this is one of the point, that is the person, whoever is saying that, speaker, even when we're talking to one person also, your main objective should be focused on the topic. Yes. Okay, thank you for the comments, the live chat that you have given. Some of the things which I could read is mutual fund, Kingfisher advertisement, COVID-19. Okay, so these are some of the controversial one. Very good. Now talking to the next one, it's information is highly credible. Information is highly credible. So what is the meaning of credible? Credible means विश्वसनीय, जिसे हम विश्वास कर सके. So जो कुछ भी आप इंफॉर्मेशन देते हो अपने स्पीच में, वो जो इंफॉर्मेशन है वो ट्रस्ट वर्दी होना चाहिए. लोग उसे ट्रस्ट करना चाहिए. तो आपको उसी तरह के इंफॉर्मेशन देना चाहिए जो लोग ट्रस्ट करें. क्रेडिबल मतलब विश्वसनीय. So what are the things that we need to keep in mind, especially when we are using this concept of credibility, or how well we can be credible in front of people? So the first thing, whenever you start speaking, if at all people don't know who you are, अगर लोगों को पता नहीं कि आप कौन हो, तो आपके क्रेडिबिलिटी कम हो जाएगी, या लोग आपसे इतना ट्रस्ट नहीं करेंगे. सो जब कभी भी हम स्पीच देते हैं या किसी से हम बात करते हैं, कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन देना चाहते हैं, तो पहला टास्क ये है कि आपको आपके इंट्रोडक्शन देना है. यू नीड टू टेल योर फुल नेम. आपके फुल नेम बताना है, और आप किस टॉपिक के बारे में बता रहे हो. तो ये जो स्टार्टिंग चीज़ है, दिस फर्स्ट स्टार्टिंग intro will actually create a trust in other person. So that is why you need to make sure that you mention your name, full name, whenever you are giving a speech to someone. Especially you're giving a informative speech to someone. Make sure that you're telling your full name. That is the first and basic point of credibility, so that people can trust you. लोगों को आपके ऊपर विश्वास आ जाए. एक सिंपल सा टेक्निक है. स्टार्टिंग में आपको आपका complete full नाम बताना है. So that is about the credibility, the first point that you need to keep in your mind. And one more point is that tell the people why the information that you are giving is very important. आप उसके बाद में आपको बताना है लोगों को कि आप जो information दे रहे हो वो क्यों ज़रूरी है उनके लिए. So you need to tell people why it is important, whatever the speech that you are giving or whatever the information that you are giving. That is an important point. So then only people will trust you, because if it is relevant to them, अगर वो उनके लिए relevant है तो वो ज़रूर आपको सुनेंगे और आपको trust करेंगे. So these are some of the points that we need to keep in mind whenever we are giving a speech, if you want to be credible. So the meaning of credible is being trustworthy and vishwasaniya. So these are the things that we should keep in mind. And the next thing is speaker should be knowledgeable on the topic. Yes, definitely. आपको जो कुछ भी आप knowledge transfer कर रहे हो, जो कुछ भी आप speech दे रहे हो, वो जो concepts है उसके बारे में आपको clear होना है, knowledgeable होना है, तब भी आप successful हो जाएंगे आपके जो ये conversation में या speech में. So it's very important to be knowledgeable on the topic that you are going to speak. Okay, so these points are very, very important. Please keep it in mind. First thing is, you should not be the content should not be controversial. Controversy topic नहीं होना चाहिए. And जो मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है वो क्लियर होना चाहिए और लोगों को बताना भी आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है. And आपका objective generally, whenever you are giving a speech, make sure that your objective is that the people will understand what you are saying, and it should be highly credible. Tell your name, tell why people should listen to you, what is the importance of that will make you more credible. And also the speaker should be knowledgeable of the topic that he or she is saying. So these are the few points that we should keep in mind. Okay, so now we'll see some of the types of informative speaking. Okay, this is something where I need your help as well, where I'll be asking you some questions also in this regard. Okay, so what are the different types of informative speaking? Something related to an object. So अगर आपको ये इंटरव्यू में भी हो सकता है, इंटरव्यू में एक राउंड हो सकता है जहाँ पे आपको ये कहा जाता है कि आप किसी चीज़ के बारे में आप बोल सकते हो एक 5 मिनट के लिए, 1 मिनट या 5 मिनट के लिए. So you might experience this in an interview also, in a job interview, where you will be given an opportunity to speak for 1 minute to 5 minutes about any one object. Okay, किसी चीज़ के बारे में और किसी विषय के बारे में भी पूछा जा सकता है. तो I will ask you, what are the general topics that you feel that we can speak confidently in front of people? So what are the different information, लेकिन इसमें information भी देना होता है उसके बारे में. So you can write down in the live chat what are the different information that you would not information, what are the topics that you would select when you want to give some speech. So you can mention that in the live chat. Different topics. If I take an example, something related to books, book, novel, something related to cultural, painting, or maybe something related to electric car. If I talk about the technical part, then electric car, something related to mobile phones, smartphones. So these are just an example I'm giving. So there are different topics where you can give some information to the people. So that is something related to an object. So what are the topics that all social topics? Okay, good. Latest technology, India. Very nice. So India, technology, social topics. So particularly if you talk about an object, like one particular object that you are talking about. So what it would be like, as I said, the technology is very good. Yes, about a person. Okay, that's also a good thing. Computers, very nice. Yes. So an object in the sense any particular object, like I said about electric car. So that is an object, right? We are speaking more about electric car as an object. And then I said about a book, that is an object. So one particular book I'm talking about, so that is an object. So informative speaking is something can include speaking about one particular object. And maybe something like you can also say about tea cups, paper cups, tea paper cups. That is also very famous to topic. Why we need to use the tea paper cups. Why not the plastic cups? So that is there's a lot of health benefits if you use a paper. There is a lot of positiveness, if you use a paper cup rather than the plastic one, which is harmful. So this, you're talking about a particular object. So this is one type of informative speech that you can give, especially on an object. An individual or a group. Yeah, some of them have answered few names of an individual. Yes, we can also give about an individual or a group. You can talk about a particular group. You can talk about a cultural group, dance group, sports team. You can also talk about Indian cricket team. So that is also a group. You can talk about the prime minister, the president, the scientist. So all these things comes under individual. If we're talking about group, then the cricket team, then the dance crew that made India proud. So like that, you can speak about one particular group also. The group of people who are worthy of speaking, about whom we can speak more. So उसके बारे में भी हम informative speech में दूसरों को बता सकते हैं. और next one is about an event. Event could be something like a musical festival, maybe something related to a political convention, wedding. That is also an event. You can also speak about wedding. And we can also speak about an event that happened, maybe cultural event also. So I would like to ask you, just type some of the events about which you can give a speech. An example I'll be giving, if we talk about in India, we have one of the very famous event, that is Kumbh Mela. So Kumbh Mela is an event where you can give some information about Kumbh Mela, like so lakhs of people gather there, and where it happens. It happens in different locations around Uttar Pradesh. So these are the informations that you can give to other person, like facts, which other person will understand and know about these facts. So this is an example I'm giving as Kumbh Mela for an event. What other events or topics that you can select and give that information to others? You can mention it in the live chat. Annual functions, very good. Rally, yes. So these are some of the points that events. Some rallies also we can give the information. Independence Day, Durga Puja. It's a very famous festival, especially in this northern belt. Yes. So some of the events that generally we can give information about. See, when we whenever in an interview or in some situation where you have to speak in front of people, if at all you get this kind of topic like an event, you can just select about any particular event that you are familiar with. Independence Day, yes. Ganpati Mahotsav, Diwali, Republic Day, 26 Jan. Okay, so if anyone is asking you to speak about one particular thing, you can mention that. You can take this topic and you can speak. Shivratri. Okay, good. Okay, so yes, Diwali event. Nice. Diwali event is also, you can speak a lot about Diwali, because Diwali will be celebrated in entire India with lot of colors, sweets. Good. So generally we have these topics also which you can give information about, and I'm just particularly focusing on an interview. When an interview, if someone asks you to give the information or ask you to speak, think about, be an informative speaker where you make people understand what you're saying by telling about an event also. Tell some unique events. There are some events where people are not that much aware of, especially if I consider the Chhat Puja, which is very famous in especially Bihar and UP side. And if you see in the south and other parts, or maybe in the western parts, they are not aware of that much. So when you say something new about this Chhat Puja, and people will be very happy to listen, and they will know something new. This is just an example I'm giving. So these are the things that we can use even when you have this round of extempore. Extempore means you will be given a topic, you have to speak for some time. Suppose if they say you can select any topic, then you can mention about some events where you have so many things to say and people will understand about it also. Okay, so yes. Raksha Bandhan, Makar Sankranti, Women's Day, very good. Mother's Day, dance event, Environment Day, Friendship Day, Teachers Day, Onam, Yes, that is also it's a very famous festival in Kerala. So day, okay, Janmashtami, Holi, Christmas Day. Very nice to see your enthusiasm, and many people are, uh, you know, chatting in the live chat. Good to see that. Award functions like Padma Shri. Very nice. Okay, so some events-based topics also we can give information, and we can speak about that also in some some events like interviews or some college functions. And coming up to the next part, that is the process. You can talk about some process also. You can put it in live chat also. There are different processes that you know. I'll give some examples. For example, you can take the metamorphosis process, how the butterfly is formed from the cocoon. So metamorphosis process, or how to make beautiful origami arts या paper art. तो जो प्रोसेस होता है जिसमें प्रोसेस इन्वॉल्व होता है फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग स्टेज टिल द कंप्लीशन, तो ये इसके बारे में भी आप इंफॉर्मेशन दे सकते हो. इसमें आपको ये बहुत आसान है एक्चुअली किसी प्रोसेस के बारे में दे बोलना, क्योंकि आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप आप बता सकते हो लोगों को. ये आपको कहना है अगर आपको उसके बारे में कंप्लीट पता हो. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ़ यू नो द कंप्लीट मेटामॉर्फोसिस प्रोसेस होता है जहाँ पे जो बटरफ्लाई फॉर्मेशन होता है उसके कुकून से, जो द स्मॉल पार्ट ऑफ द you don't call it as a caterpillar kind of thing, from how the transformation happens. So that if you're saying, you should say step by step. So that is an advantage of saying. So like that, different process. You can mention that processes also. What are the things that you can say in every step, each and every step that you can mention, and how the butter factory works, how the ghee factory industry works, how it is transformed from milk to ghee. You can say about that also. Crafting, okay, nice. How this, very good, how a seed become a plant, the process that involves in that. See, whenever you are saying about some process related one, it really it will be interesting, because you are going step by step and you are creating curiosity among people. Cooking, nice. Cooking also is a part of it. Cooking also you can mention. See here, whenever people speak about something, try taking something where you can speak about that. So that is very important. So if at all you're familiar with any process from the starting stage, scratch, to the complete final product, if you're very familiar about it, then go for it. Go for that speech. Speak about that. People will be listening to you if it is interesting, and if people doesn't know about it, then definitely whatever the speech you're giving, the information you're giving, people will understand it. People will love it also if it is very much informative and very interesting. So process is also one of the thing, and you can also give some of the information to others, like an idea. An idea could be anything that is innovative, something related to social, something related to business, something related to lifestyle के बारे में, financial freedom के बारे में. और ये, these are some of the points, like whatever the ideas that you have, how for example, if you have something related to the Swachh Bharat mission, how to make it better. So if you have an idea for that, then that also you can speak about. Something that you can change, that you have something new that people don't know, that also you can say. See, whenever you give some creative ideas, you can actually impress so many people, because your ideas might be, most of them, unique, which other people may not be knowing. So you should, if at all you have an idea that is something new and creative, please go forward and give speech related to that when you get these kind of opportunities, especially during an interview. If you get an opportunity to speak about a particular thing, or speak about any topic, then go for a new idea that you have in your mind. So that will also help you to stand out from others. Okay, so yes, very good, and thank you for giving all the answers. Like most of them have answered about music competition, how to use plastic to grow people, how to compose the plastic, listening to music, everything which is new. Okay, good. Nice to see the answers. Painting, event organizing, singing, driving, special recipe. Okay. Yes, so these are some of the points that we need to keep in mind that whenever we get a chance to speak. Okay, recycling, how to kill coronavirus, that's a very interesting one. Space information, how to compose the plastic, recycling waste material. Okay, yes, so good. Thank you for giving all the comments. Thank you for typing all the comments. Yes, so let's see some of the other things that we can learn, and what are the things that we need to know. especially when it comes to informative speaking, remember that our main intention is about giving an information to others, and it should be understandable, and people should love what you are saying. So the main goal that you should have in your mind whenever you are giving this informative speech, whenever you're giving this speech to the people or the audience, what are those goals? We'll be saying that. Let's see. The first one is to speak to enhance understanding. So here, when speaking to enhance understanding, you must first make sure that you are using words that your listeners will understand in the same way as you do. So that is very important. Whatever the words that you're using, make sure that the words are understandable. People can interpret what is that. Like this, just like the way that you are understanding it. That is the main part, the connection that you're making. You might be knowing so many things, like completely, but will the audience understand it? That is what we need to ask. So use some of the words, very simple words, so that even the audience will understand what you are saying. Or if you're giving this information to one person, also say in simple words so that that person understands. In interview, if you're asked to tell about any particular topic or speak about any topic, make sure that you're using simple words so that the interviewer also will understand. So that is one of the point that we need to keep in mind. Speak to enhance the understanding. Okay, so speak to maintain the interest. So if at all, if the audience members, whoever are listening, the audience, if they feel that they will benefit from your speech in some or the other way, then definitely your speech will go interesting. That is the reason why the audience are there, right? The main reason why audience are there is they want to get something from your speech. If at all they can get something from your speech, then definitely they will feel that your speech is very interesting. अगर ऑडियंस को ये लगे कि स्पीच से कुछ मिले, हमको इन्फॉर्मेशन मिले जो हम यूज़ कर सके हमारे लाइफ में, तो वो जो स्पीच जो कुछ भी वो स्पीकर दे रहा है वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होगा as a perspective of audience, if you think. So that is what you need to maintain the interest by saying something that will benefit the audience, and also it will bring keep an it will attract the people, as well as there will be an attention among the audience. So remember this, speak to maintain interest by telling what are the benefits that the people have by listening to it, so that once they understand it, they'll be happy to listen and they'll be interested to listen what you're saying. Speak to be remembered. The main reason why we need to speak to be remembered, because whatever the information we are giving, not 100% will be understood by the audience. They will take only some part of it. So suppose if they are hearing your speech in this day, that is today, they will remember some part of what you have. Maybe if we consider 80% also, that's a good number. But after 1 week, if you consider, they'll just remember 25% of it. Then after 1 month, they might remember only 10% of it. Then they might forget. So this, you need to speak, or you need to give some information in such a way that they remember it all the time. Okay, and this is only possible if you are connecting to emotionally to them, and if you are giving some information that they are using in their day-to-day, that they will use in their day-to-day life. So you have to speak such that they remember what you are saying. So this is an important part. Please understand this concept, that whatever you're saying, they should be remembering it. Okay, so that's about informative speaking. In what is informative speaking, and why we need to give informative speaking. Because if at all you want to transfer the knowledge completely, you should be very good in this informative speaking. And it is not only restricted to teachers or lecturers, it is there in our day-to-day life also, because we will face so many situations where we have to give the information to others. Now, the next important part that we will be learning today is about the interactive speaking. And let me tell you, it's very, very, very important. Interactive speaking. So when you hear about this term, interactive speaking, what comes to your mind? You can mention it in the chat section. What comes to your mind when you listen to this term as, listen to this term, interactive speaking? What comes to your mind? Please mention it in the live chat. What is the term that comes to your mind when you listen to this term, interactive speaking? Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for not forgetting the information that I gave in the classroom. Okay. Very good. Body language, fluency, that's an important part in interactive speaking, because here we'll be observing a person. The sound is very important. Very nice. Body language, fluency, sound. So these are some of the parts that is important in interactive speaking. Nice. Gestures, motivation, interaction, eye contact. Eye contact is a part of it. Voice, the sound, good communication, body language, face-to-face communication. That's also an important point. Okay. So all these points are important when we are interactive, and this comes to our mind when we listen to this interactive speech, interactive speaking. Eye contact, body language, very nice. Okay, so we will be seeing some of the important points that we need to know whenever we are interacting with others, helpful messages, expressions. Yes, expressions is also one of the part. Now, as most of them mentioned, many of them mentioned that body language. Yes, body language, most of them mention body language. That is one of the part we need to consider when we are speaking with others, when we are interacting with others. Okay, so we will see what are the step by step, one by one, what are the things that we will be learning. The first thing that comes into picture is in the conversation, and especially in the presentation. That the first important thing is making eye contact, which is a part of body language only. So eye contact when you're talking to a person. Have you all observed this situation? Whenever you are talking to a person, we cannot see that person's face for long time. जब कभी भी हम किसी व्यक्ति से बात करते हैं, हम ज़्यादा उसके फेस को ही देख नहीं पाते. हम ज़्यादा देर तक वही डायरेक्शन में नहीं दे सकते, उसके फेस को नहीं देख सकते. ये एक कॉमन चीज़ है जो इट इज़ कॉमन विद एवरी वन. मोस्ट ऑफ देम फेस दिस वन. दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू डायरेक्ट द अटेंशन टू दैट पर्सन's फेस फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम. rather they will see somewhere else. उसके पीछे देखना, साइड में देखना, या किसी और के ऊपर कंसंट्रेशन करना या देखना. तो ये जो कॉमन होता है जब कभी हम कॉन्वर्सेशन करते हैं. सो वी शुड मेक श्योर दैट वी आर सीइंग द पर्सन's फेस व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग, एंड दैट शोज योर कॉन्फिडेंस. So whenever we are talking to a person, make sure that you are seeing that person's face, not anywhere else, because along with your speaking, it's also important to listen also. So even when you're listening what other person is saying, make sure that you are looking into that person's face, not anywhere else. So that is one of the important aspect in to be confident when you're speaking as well as when you're listening. So you should see to that person's face, not anywhere else. And this is also very, very important in interview also. Whenever you're giving some answers, informative answers, or some related to some technical concepts, you're giving some information, or you're answering or replying in an interview, that time also you should see the interviewer's face, and then you should speak. You should not be seeing your resume, or you should not be seeing somewhere else. You should not be seeing the desk. You should see the person's face. Okay, so that is an important point, especially in interview, as well as when you have a normal conversation with others. At that time also you should be seeing that person's face. Now when I say face, like there is a certain limit in the way you see a person's face also. What most of them do is they try to see the eyes of other person. They try to see the eyes of other person, but we will not be able to see the eyes for long time. Generally we will get distracted, or we will see somewhere else, but we try to concentrate on the person's eyes. So whenever you are speaking to a person, make sure you have this triangle rule, where you see a person's eyes as well as mouth. So that is like a triangle where you need to be moving your eye direction in this triangle position. So this will actually help you to be consistent in seeing the person's face. So remember this triangle position, so you can always see in this direction. So this is where it's called as a triangle sweep. So here you are starting with the person's right eye, you'll be seeing the person's right eye, right आंख को देखेंगे, फिर उसके बाद में then the left eye, then after that you'll be seeing the mouth. So this is a triangle. And again you'll go back to the right eye, left eye and mouth. So this is a triangle that you will be following whenever you are seeing a person, rather than just concentrating on the person's eyes. That is not possible. It's possible, but it's very difficult. So you can go with this pattern of triangle sweep, where you will be going in this pattern of right eye, left eye, mouth. So this triangle position will be going. So here we will be using, you can use this concept of 5:5:3 ratio. What is this 5:5:3 ratio? इसका मतलब है 5 seconds के लिए आप एक आंख को देखेंगे, फिर टेक राइट आई, फिर उसके बाद में 5 सेकेंड के लिए लेफ्ट आई, फिर 3 सेकेंड के लिए माउथ. सो 5:5:3 रेशियो इज ऑल्सो वेरी गुड. आप प्लीज़ काउंट मत कीजिए जब ये आप ये आई कॉन्टैक्ट करते हो, ये ऑटोमेटिकली आपको करना है, मतलब आपको प्रैक्टिस करना है ये पहले. तो काउंट करके आपको आई कॉन्टैक्ट मत कीजिए. अगर ऐसे इसके ऊपर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करोगे तो आपका यू विल गेट नर्वस ऑल्सो. आप नर्वस भी हो सकते हैं अगर ये आप कॉन्सेंट्रेट करें. अच्छा कितने सेकंड्स मुझे लेफ्ट आई देखना है, कितने सेकंड्स मुझे राइट आई देखना है. तो ज़्यादा कॉन्सेंट्रेट मत कीजिए. जब आप प्रैक्टिस करते हो व्हेन यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग विद सम पीपल, दैट टाइम यू ट्राई इट, बट व्हेन यू आर गोइंग इन इंटरव्यू या कुछ सीरियस सिचुएशन में हो, तब आप डोंट कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन द टाइमिंग्स, बट सी दैट 5 seconds you can see on the eyes, 5 seconds on the left eye, other eye and mouth. So that pattern, you should have that kind of a consistency of the triangle. This will help you to be more confident, because आप sure होते हैं कि अच्छा मेरा eye contact अच्छा है क्योंकि मैं उसी triangle में मेरे eye को move कर रहा हूँ. So one thing you need to remember is about this triangle sweeping or triangle eye contact. Okay, so you can also, some of them use this technique also, that is a reverse. They see the eye as well as the forehead, left eye, right eye and the forehead also. Usually they do this thing also. You can go for that also. That is also correct. When you can also see the forehead also, right eye, left eye, then the forehead, right eye, left eye, forehead. So you can go in that pattern also. So that is also you can follow, but make sure that you're not concentrating on only one part of it, because that might be difficult or you might lose the concentration also. So that is how we look confident whenever we are having a positive eye contact. Now talking about the next part of it, that is about maintaining a good posture. Yes, so whenever you are speaking to a person, you should stand or sit in a comfortable position so that the other person will be happy to talk to you. Think about the person is talking to you and you are sitting in a position which is uncomfortable. Maybe you are raising your hands, or maybe you are folding your hands and speaking, or maybe you are being very stiff. So yeah, all these things are the postures that will not be that much good for the other person. The other person might feel uncomfortable also. तो आपको सही पोस्चर मेंटेन करना है. ये भी एक कॉन्फिडेंस का एक हिस्सा है. जब आप सही पोस्चर में बैठ के या खड़े होके बात करते हो, तो आपका जो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल है वो बहुत अच्छा दिखेगा दूसरों के लिए. And you will also be more confident, because you know that your posture, the way you are standing, is not that much uncomfortable. So you will also be confident about it. So maintaining a good posture is very important whenever you are having a conversation, interaction, or whenever you are in a presentation. So all these things comes under interactive. And the presentation is also part of an interactive speaking. But generally, this interactive speaking we consider when you are talking to an individual person, when you are in an interview, face-to-face interview. At this moment, you will have this interactive speaking. So maintaining a good posture is also very, very important. The next thing is avoid nervous movements or adjustments. Yes, we all have this kind of a nervous movements or adjustments. Like most of the people will be, counting their fingers or pulling their fingers. You're holding it very tightly. And some of the nervous positions are touching your nose frequently, again and again touching the nose, rubbing the face. That is also kind of a nervous. Some points will be there. Whenever you feel nervous, you'll be doing certain, you'll be changing the way of your body language. Especially we see people touching their nose. Most often they're touching the nose, or they are cleaning the face, or holding the mouth, or hand. In hand is a very common point. You can see people pulling out their fingers, kind of making the knuckle sound. So all those things are a part of a nervous points or nervous adjustments, or sitting, adjusting yourself in a sitting position, pulling the chair and again doing it again and again are the nervous movements. So if you understand what are your nervous movements and try to avoid it, then you look more confident in front of people. Yes, hesitating more while speaking is also part of it. Yeah, when you hesitate, people wait for some. Whenever the question is asked in an interview, you start thinking and you hesitate to, shall I say this or not? क्या point बोलूँ या ना बोलूँ? अगर बोलूँ तो अगर problem हो जाए तो कैसा इतना अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. Closing the eyes is also some kind of nervousness. Yeah, you close your eyes and you start thinking. Making some sounds is like, breathing heavily. That is also, automatic nervous movements that happen. Closing the eyes. Okay. So yes. So there are many such points that are called as the nervous movements that shows other people that you are nervous. दूसरों को लगेगा कि आप नर्वस. ये कॉमन होता है, स्पेशली होता है हाथों में ज़्यादा दिखेगा. जब आप हाथ को ज़्यादा प्रेस करोगे या फिंगर्स को पुल करोगे तब आपको ये पता चलेगा कि एक व्यक्ति नर्वस है या नहीं है. तो आपको वो पहला समझना चाहिए, फर्स्ट समझना चाहिए कि कौन से है वो नर्वस मूवमेंट्स, कौन से है हमारे नर्वस मूवमेंट्स. उसके बाद वो समझने के बाद उसे अवॉइड करना चाहिए, उसे मिनिमाइज करना चाहिए. So these are some of the points that we need to remember. There is also one more point which is important, and that is avoiding the filler words. Okay, so I would like to ask you all, what are the regular filler words that you have listened or that you use in your conversation? Filler words, for example, saying is one kind of a filler word. So that's a very common filler word people use. Whenever they're talking, they're saying, okay, and what is different thing? So that sound is there, right? That is one of the filler words. So we should minimize, actually. We should try to avoid, but it's very difficult to avoid it, but definitely you can minimize it. So what are the other filler words that you have listened people saying, or what are the other words that you have used? So that also you can mention the filler words that you have used. So you can definitely mention those things also. Yes. So thank you for giving the answer for the previous question. Like most of them have mentioned about nail biting is nervous sign. Yes, nail biting is a nervous sign. But generally we don't do it in an interview, nail biting and all. But otherwise we see people nail biting. And avoid checking the mobile phones. Yeah, mobile phone. Checking mobile phone is a part of a nervousness. Thank you for those answers for the previous question. And for this question that I asked, what are the other fillers? Yes, most of them answered like we say ha, we say aha, yeah, oh, yes, correct. Well, yeah, actually is something that the word that you use, it's quite common. That's not a filler word, but if you use it very often, हर सेंटेंस के बीच स्टार्टिंग में अगर आप एक्चुअली या बेसिकली यूज़ करोगे तो लोग वो फिलर वर्ड्स जैसा ही लगेगा, लेकिन वो एक्चुअली फिलर वर्ड्स नहीं है. वो स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द वो एक एक्सप्रेशन है आप जो स्टार्टिंग में यूज़ करते हो, बट लेकिन लोग उसे ज़्यादा यूज़ करते हैं. सॉरी कि OMG फिलर वर्ड्स नहीं है, वो इट्स लाइक काइंड ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन दैट यू गिव कुछ एंड या and are very common. Is a very common word that we use, whenever talking. If I have to say this, okay, I think so, that kind of thing what we use is a very common. Is also very common, but is a very common filler that we use. We should try to minimize that. It's not possible to completely avoid, but we should minimize it. हमें उसे मिनिमाइज़ करना चाहिए. हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मिनिमाइज़ करें तो एक पॉइंट हम रीच हो जाएंगे जहाँ पे हम completely उसे avoid we would have completely avoided it. So these are some of the points that we need to avoid. So filler words are natural because whenever we are supposed to speak continuously, we try to manage it with the filler words if we are not getting any words. So how to improve this? Learn more and more vocabularies. So that you don't use this word very often and you get the actual word whenever you need to use it. So avoiding filler words is one of the things that we need to concentrate on, but we cannot completely avoid it starting, but we can definitely start reducing it, minimizing the usage of the filler words as a starting step to completely avoid it. But generally we get that when we are not having anything in our mind, when you don't know what to speak. So at that time also it's better to be a silent for a little bit a second rather than using the filler words, because filler words doesn't look that much good. It doesn't show that you are it shows that you are not that much confident. Okay, so let's avoid the filler words. So if I start seeing the points once again, the first point is good eye contact. So I would like to ask you a question. What is the type of method you can use to have a good eye contact? So I have already mentioned it. You can also mention in the chat section what method you can use to have a good eye contact, what method it is. Like I have already mentioned it. That's a kind of a technique you can use to have eye contact of, yeah, what is that? You can mention it in the chat section. And coming to the next part, that is the good posture. You want to maintain a proper posture, not sitting in an uncomfortable position, folding our legs, folding our hands. Those are all uncomfortable positions. Nervous points, we're avoiding the nervous points. There are different nervous points for different person. Like a few of them we mentioned at last is checking the mobile phones is also a nervous points. We need to avoid all those things. Filler words, we should try to avoid filler words as much as possible. We have to minimize the usage of filler words. And thank you for all for mentioning all the filler words that we generally use. So it's really good. Triangle, triangle sweep, and 5:5:3 technique. Very nice. So triangle sweep is the correct answer that you all mentioned. Triangle sweep, SWEEP. Triangle sweep is one of the thing that we will be generally using it. 5:5:3 is also one of the common one. Yes. Good. So these are some of the tips and interactive, and especially when we are having a conversation with other people. Now talking about smile as also one of the part which I forgot to mention. We need to have a little bit of smile in our face, because smile will actually portray a positive energy in the environment where you are. So have a small light smile, not smiling too much that the other person will feel uncomfortable. तो अगर कोई ज़्यादा स्माइल करे वो अनकम्फर्टेबल लगेगा, इसलिए आपको लाइट स्माइल कैरी करना है जब कभी भी आप बात कर रहे होते हैं किसी के साथ. ये ट्राई कीजिए, आज ये टेक्निक ट्राई कीजिए सेशन के बाद. जब आप किसी से मिलने जाते हो, या व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग टू योर पेरेंट्स या पेरेंट्स के साथ बात करते हो, अब स्मॉल स्माइल व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग, यू विल सी अ डिफरेंस इन द वे they respond also. Don't smile too much, that will not look good, but have a small smile, light smile, and getting your points across. When you're telling something, interacting or giving some information, or you're talking to a single person, you should be clear about what you're saying. Be clear and precise, and use the word carefully, because some of the words might be feeling offended to the other person may not like it. कुछ words दूसरों को अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, so वो words को हम मिनिमाइज करना चाहिए, अवॉइड करना चाहिए, ताकि आपका जो इंट्रैक्शन है वो अच्छा लगे और कॉन्फिडेंट दिखे. सो नो योर ऑडियंस. यस, आपको पता होना चाहिए आप किसके साथ, दिस इज़ लाइक किसके साथ बात कर रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ़ यू आर टॉकिंग टू योर टीचर्स, द टाइप ऑफ teacher is a type of person where we need to give more respect, so that you need to know the difference in the audience with your speaking. Suppose if your audience are in a crowd, if the audience are the elderly people, then we need to speak with more respect to them. Avoid jargons. As I already mentioned, jargons are the words which are specific to a group. Don't use more of jargons. Jargons मतलब जो शब्द होते हैं जो particular group में use किया जाता है, so ज़्यादा वो jargons मत use कीजिए, क्योंकि कुछ jargons ऐसे होते हैं जो आपको पता होता है उसका meaning, लेकिन लोगों को नहीं पता होता है. So jargons ऐसे words होते हैं, जैसे कि yesterday's class I think you all typed the different jargons that we use, जिसको हर ग्रुप में उसका अलग अलग मीनिंग होता है. तो वैसे वर्ड्स को हम अवॉइड करना चाहिए, तो ताकि लोगों क्योंकि हमें पता नहीं होता कि वो लोग जो व्यक्ति से आप बात कर रहे हो वो उसे पता है क्या नहीं है. ये जो होता है इंटरेक्टिंग, व्हेनेवर यू आर इंटरेक्टिंग विद वन पर्सन, तब ये अवॉइड करना चाहिए. Okay, so avoid jargons whenever you are speaking to a particular person. So remember, these are the points that we need to keep in mind. Being clear, choose words carefully, know with whom you are speaking, and also avoid jargons, because jargons might be difficult, because again explaining the jargon also would be a difficult if at all you have said the some jargon मतलब words जिसका मीनिंग अलग अलग प्लेसेस में डिफरेंट हो सकता है, या कुछ पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप में ही उसका मीनिंग यूज होता है, उसका वो वर्ड यूज किया जाता है. Okay, so these are some of the points that we learned in interactive speaking. So now let's take a very short break of 5 minutes. You can mark your attendance in the Kaizala group. After the break, we will be seeing some of the important points that we need to know to speak confidently. So make sure all of them are back on time. So we'll be starting after 5 minutes exactly at 12:36. So mark your attendance in the Kaizala group and we will meet soon. Welcome back after this short break. Let's see one of the important points to speak confidently, especially in terms of English language. I'm sure that English is a kind of a language where there are so many things to learn. I'm sure that everyone knows about it. So it has so many things to learn, starting from vocabulary to grammar. But when it comes to speaking fluently, or maybe when it comes to speaking properly, there are few things that everyone can do. There are few things that everyone can learn easily. And as Indians, like most of them, if you see, our mother tongue will be different language. It will not be English. Very few people in India have mother tongue as English. So it's all people learn slowly, starting from the young age, or maybe after once they join college. So they start learning slowly. So we cannot learn English all of a sudden. We have to learn step by step. And that is an important point that we need to keep in mind, that it is a step-by-step process and it is not a sudden process. So let's see how to speak English with confidence. Okay? So some of the points I will be mentioning. What are the things that we need to keep in mind? Let's go one by one. The first point that we need to keep in mind is about accepting that English is a weird language. Yes, it might sound a little bit odd that when I say it's a weird language, yes, because there are so many exceptions, बहुत सारे rules है, तो इसलिए हमको एक्सेप्ट करना है कि वो एक weird language है, लेकिन हमको इसे पढ़ने का जो तरीका है वो भी बदलना है. Compared to other languages which we can easily learn in India, English is also one kind of language where there are few common words, but there are many other words which are different, which are unique. It has lots of new words. And there are some words which are quite confusing also. For example, if we take the letter if we take the word R-E-A-D, read. जो read जो word है R-E-A-D, जब आप pronounce करते हो, when you pronounce that word, we say read in some situation. We also say read in some situation when you talk about the past tense of it. लेकिन the spelling तो same ही है, R-E-A-D. लेकिन जब आप present tense में बोलते हो तो आप read कहते हो, past tense में read कहते हो, लेकिन spelling same है. ये सब exceptions होते हैं English language में जो हमें समझना चाहिए. और ये एक जब आप सीखते हो language को, तो ये step by step आपको इस तरह के words को भी सीखना चाहिए. And some of them, mice, mouse, so that is also kind of a type of words that we use. And houses, house ka plural form hota hai, houses. So when you start learning about the different words that you use in different situation, it becomes a little bit easy. Otherwise it sounds to be like a weird language. So we need to accept that English is a weird language, but we can learn it. We can learn, because if you see the native speakers, if you see the Australians, Americans, they speak without any difficulty, effortlessly they speak, because they have been listening to it, they have been speaking that from their childhood days. So but we as Indians, we have some exceptions here. Our mother tongue is different, but slowly we start learning it. And the more you learn, more you listen, the more comfortable you will be with this language. And why it is important to learn English? Because since it's one of the official language of India, it is used very often, almost everywhere, in most of the university, almost every university, I could say, in most of the academics, and also in most of the organizations. Since most of them are comfortable with this, as we all have different mother tongue language, so this will English is something that is connecting most of them. So we cannot change that scenario, but definitely we can learn that language so that we'll be confident when we're speaking. Because I'm sure that for most of them, this language itself is one of the problem that is making their confidence go down. So language is one part. If English is one of the thing that is stopping us from being confident, then why not we learn it? So let's learn it. So for that, first thing that you need to understand that there are so many things to learn, but it's okay. We will learn something that is required for our conversation. The next thing, that is the diving deep into the deep end, or diving into the deep end. that means you need to know wherever that words are used. Suppose if you take any word, you should know that in which situation this word is used differently, and we should not just learn it in one day and after next month we'll be learning one more part of it. That actually will not help you out. This is not only for English, any other language also. Whenever we are learning some new language, we should make sure that we are keeping some time for it, like maybe 5 minutes every day. So that is the right timetable, because only when you concentrate every day for 5 minutes, definitely it will be with you, it will be consistent, and you will be able to learn more and more. So putting some lot of effort, ज़्यादा एफर्ट डालना चाहिए और कंसिस्टेंसी भी मेंटेन करना चाहिए. जैसे कि 10 मिनट हर दिन इंग्लिश मूवीज़ को देखना, या इंग्लिश सीरीज़ को देखना, या इंग्लिश न्यूज़ देखना, और सुनना, जो कुछ भी वो बोल रहे हैं उसे सुनना भी चाहिए, बिकॉज लिसनिंग इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. व्हेन यू आर इट इज़ एज इम्पॉर्टेंट एज स्पीकिंग. जब कभी भी आप एक व्यक्ति से बात करते हो तो 50% लिसनिंग और 50% स्पीकिंग में जाता है. अगर आप ज़्यादा स्पीकिंग में टाइम स्पेंड करते हैं तो आप दूसरों को उतना महत्व नहीं दे रहे होते. सो 50% लिसनिंग और 50% स्पीकिंग, ये दोनों ज़रूरी है. तो हाउ टू डाइव डीप इनटू इट, यू टू हैव लिटिल बिट ऑफ परसिवरेंस. हमें मेहनत करना चाहिए. एटलीस्ट एवरी डे 10 मिनट्स हमें इंग्लिश वर्ड्स को सीखना है. सो ये एक टिप है अगर हमें इंग्लिश को इम्प्रूव करना है ताकि हम और कॉन्फिडेंट दिखें. And next, one more point is that start being a student. This is one of the things, whenever we think that okay, we are still learning English, let me learn more and more words, what happens is that if we think in the mentality of a student, generally we may not be able to learn more. Rather, you just think that you know English and now you are trying to improve your English. That will help you to learn more. तो लाइक एवरीवन, हम सभी को इंग्लिश पता है, मे नॉट बी 100%, लेकिन कुछ तो परसेंटेज पता है. तो उसे हम कॉन्फिडेंस लेना चाहिए. हमें ये सोचना चाहिए अच्छा मुझे पता है, मुझे सिर्फ उसे इम्प्रूव करना है. अगर आप इस तरीके से सोचेंगे तो आप ज़्यादा सीख पाएंगे. So don't just think as a student of learning English that you are still starting, or maybe I have to learn more. So just think that you already know it, I just have to improve it. तो ये जब आप अपने आप को कहेंगे तो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाएगा, और जब कभी भी आपको यूज़ करना होता है इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज तो आप कॉन्फिडेंटली यूज़ करेंगे, क्योंकि आपको पता है, लेकिन फ्यू वर्ड्स पता नहीं, लेकिन आप वो भी सीखेंगे जब आप ज़्यादा लोगों से बात करेंगे. तो ऑल्सो रिमेंबर दिस, यू are not alone in this case. There are so many people who are struggling. So if at all you work a little bit more, if you have this courage, definitely you will be ahead of so many people. So that is one thing that you need to remember. And generally, to make it more easy, remember the answer, generally what we reply is actually most in the question itself. Most of the time it will be in the question. For example, if someone is asking like, does he have the mobile phone, does he have the computer? So when we are answering, you can, if at all that person has that laptop, then you can say yes, he does. So ये जो does he question में था, उसी को आपने reverse किया, he does, with an answer yes. Rather than only saying yes, आप उसी answer को reverse कर सकते हैं. For example, if someone is asking does he question mark, then you can say yes, he does. Okay? And if it doesn't, no, he doesn't. तो ये होता है टेक्निक, आप स्टार्टिंग में यूज़ कर सकते हो जब कभी आप क्वेश्चन पूछा जाते हैं. वन मोर एग्जाम्पल, कैन शी ईट ऑल दिस. अगर कोई ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछे तो आप येस शी कैन, येस शी कैन. अगर वो नहीं कर पाती, नो शी कांट. तो ये कॉन्वर्जेशन जो होता है, दिस विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट टू लर्न वन वे, टू वे कम्युनिकेशन विद एन इंडिविजुअल पर्सन. इफ द क्वेश्चन इज इट, आपका क्वेश्चन येस, देन येस इट इज़. इज़ इट को मैंने रिवर्स करके इट इज़ बोला. तो ये बहुत अच्छा भी दिखेगा जब कोई ये सुनेगा कॉन्वर्जेशन को, उनको लगेगा कि आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट हो जब आप ऐसे रिप्लाई देते हो. आई विल once again say it. For example, if someone is saying like asking a question with starting with does he, then you can answer that yes, he does. Or is it? Yes, it is. So it is or is it, just reverse ho gaya. So this is just a practice. I'm just giving an example. Most of the time, whatever the answer you give, it will be there in the question itself. You just have to identify that. Okay, so this is something which is very common in English, that you will get the answer just by listening to the question, if at all you answer. But don't just say yes, no. Add that part of a question also to it. Okay, so try to find out these words that will help you to have a good conversation with people. Okay, let's see the next point. Get more out of listening. As I already told, 50%, if you are speaking, you should also 50% listen what other person is saying. Then only the conversation will be very good, and also you look more confident. If you try speaking more, then the other person might feel uncomfortable. So that is why I said starting itself, listening is a very important tool that also shows that you're confident. Whenever you're listening, make sure that you completely listen till the end what that person is saying, and after that only you reply. So this will help you to look more confident also. And next part that we will see is about use it or lose it. So this is one of the expression, which basically means that if you don't practice anything, definitely you will forget it. So this idea, it can be used to remember some vocabulary. Like if you are remembering some word, अगर आज कोई नया word सीखे, तो आपको वो use भी करना है regular conversation में. अगर आप वो use नहीं करोगे, definitely वो word को आप lose करोगे, मतलब आप उसे भूल जाओगे. तो हम जो कुछ भी word सीखते हैं, नया word English में या किसी लैंग्वेज में, लेकिन इस कॉन्वर्जेशन में पर्टिकुलरली इंग्लिश बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि वो बहुत ज़रूरी है अभी. सो वेन एवर यू लिसन टू अ न्यू वर्ड, तो मेक श्योर दैट यू आर यूजिंग दैट वर्ड, मे बी द नेक्स्ट डे, मे बी ऑन द सेम डे यू आर यूजिंग इन द कॉन्वर्जेशन. जब आप चैट करते हो, चैटिंग में भी आप यूज़ कर सकते हो उस वर्ड को. तो ये आपको वो उस वर्ड को याद रखने में बहुत मदद करेगा. सो ट्राई दिस टेक्निक टुडे. वंस यू कंप्लीट दिस सेशन, लर्न वन वर्ड from internet. You'll get so many words from internet. Just see which word is that. Once you get that word, what you have to do is try to use it in a sentence and say that sentence using that word to your friends or to your family members, so that you will not forget it. Okay, so try to select simple words initially which you're not been using. Don't go for complicated, because when you use complicated, other people also will not be knowing the meaning of it. So use it or lose it. This is one thing that we need to always remember. If you don't practice that word in your normal conversation, we will definitely forget that word. Coming to the next part of it, it is learn and study phrases. Yes, phrases are the group of words that we'll be using. So where can we get these phrases? Whenever we watch some movies, English movies or English series, we get to see these phrases that they use regularly. If I say how are you is also one kind of phrase that they use. So you will be continuously using it seamlessly. You don't have to think word by word. So knowing one phrase completely is also one of the technique that you can use when you are learning English and when you are practicing it. So study some of the phrases. I am fine is also one of the phrases. Suppose if you are planning to use one by like I am fine, it will take a lot of time. But if you know the reply for how are you should be I am fine, thank you, how are you, then that will come very easily. Then the words will come very easily and you can speak confidently also. So replies, what questions to ask, phrase by phrase if we read it also, it's one of the way of learning the language quickly. Yes, grammar. Now, what do you think? Is grammar very important? Yes, grammar is important. But if at all you want to be, if you want to be very confident, very fluent in English language, don't concentrate much on this grammar. Rather, concentrate more on the spoken language part. Means what a person has to reply when this question is asked, when this situation comes, what you need to speak. So when you start learning more of sentences, more of words, grammar automatically comes into picture. So listening is very important here. Listen more and more from people who speak English more. So you will get the sentence formation, the word structure automatically. So don't concentrate much on grammar starting itself. Suppose if you want to learn English from scratch, from starting, don't just go directly with the grammar, because that will confuse you and it will demotivate you also. Rather than listen to more of those content, and that will help you to learn quickly any language. If I take my own situation, when I started learning this language Tamil, Initially, I felt a little bit difficult when I started with the grammatical part. Later, what I did, I started listening more and more the content of that language. That helped me to learn the language very quickly. So even when I was trying to learn the language Gujarati also, I started learning I started learning by listening. By listening more, I started watching a lot of movies. So that's when I got to learn this language. So whenever you are learning some new language, make sure that you're not directly going to grammar first. First, listen more. Try repeating the sentences that are there. That will help you to learn the language quickly, and automatically you will also get the grammar part. And the next important part that we need to learn is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Yes, if at all you are afraid to make mistakes, then you will not be able to learn. It's okay. If at all you make a mistake, it's totally fine. That's very common. We make so much of mistakes in our day-to-day life. Only when you make mistakes, you will realize and you will try to correct it. So don't be afraid of making mistake. Even though if you make mistake while you're speaking, it's okay. When you are giving some speech, if you're making some mistake also, it's okay. It's a learning, right? If you are scared of making a mistake, then we cannot achieve the heights that we are actually supposed to achieve. So make sure that we are not afraid of making a mistake. I have seen some of the people who were like making a lot of grammatical mistake. They were not even able to speak properly, but they continued speaking. Within like 3 years, they were able to speak perfectly. That is because they have made so many mistakes and they started listening others and they saw how this mistake has to be reduced. So don't be afraid of making any mistakes. And learn from everyone. Yes, wherever possible, you can learn. Like if you find a person who is very good in this language, particularly if it is English, try to speak more with that person and learn from that person. When you listen to that person more, you will be able to learn quickly. And one of the best exercise that you can do is in your classroom. Whenever you are in class, make sure that you 5 or 6 people or 3 of them, you just decide among yourself that from today onwards we will be talking in English only, so that you will know what to say in certain situation. Even though it sounds a little bit awkward initially if you're not used to this language, but try this so that it will be good for you and also for your friends. So form a group of 4 or 5 people and decide that you will be only talking in English from today onwards with those set of people. So that will really help you to learn more and learn quickly also. So this technique you can use. Most of the colleges, they make it very strict so that it will be good for you in interview. But if that's not the case, you only take up an initiation. आप ही decide कीजिए 3-4 लोगों को एक ग्रुप बना लीजिए अपने, और उस ग्रुप में आप ये डिसाइड कीजिए कि जो कुछ भी कॉन्वर्जेशन आप एक दूसरे से करते हैं वो इंग्लिश में हो. तो इससे आपका इंग्लिश भी इम्प्रूव होगा और आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट भी दिखेंगे, स्पेशली इंटरव्यू में. One more tip that I wanted to give is about use speech to text for all text messages. Yes, this technique also works out very well. जब कभी भी आप मैसेज सेंड करते हो इंग्लिश में, जो स्पीच टू टेक्स्ट जो ऑप्शन होता है वो आप ऑप्शन यूज़ कर सकते हो. अगर आप उस ऑप्शन में जो कुछ भी बोलेगा वो कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. सो ग्रामेटिकल इफ मिस्टेक है वो ऑटोमेटिकली क्लियर करेक्ट भी हो जाता है. सो ये भी एक टेक्निक है, आप यूज़ कर सकते हो, स्पीच टू text. And this is what I wanted to say, and it's a very very important one. ये exercise आप सभी को आज करना है इस सेशन के बाद. टेक एनी न्यूज़पेपर, कोई भी न्यूज़पेपर लीजिए या इंटरनेट में भी आप न्यूज़पेपर देख सकते हो. उसका जो फर्स्ट न्यूज़ है, जो शॉर्ट पैराग्राफ होता है, उस न्यूज़ को आपको पढ़ना है, ज़ोर से पढ़ना है, बहुत ज़ोर से पढ़ना है. यू नीड टू रीड द फर्स्ट पैरा ऑफ न्यूज़पेपर or in online news also. Read it loudly, but when you are reading it, make sure that you are recording your voice in your phone. And you would have heard already people saying this technique, but I'm repeating it once again because this is very very effective. Read loudly whatever the message is, whatever the news is, record it, and after you complete recording, listen to the news completely from starting to end and see whether you are able to understand it or not. Suppose if you are other person listening, definitely you will see some of the changes that you should make. And generally when we are speaking, whatever we are hearing, right, that is not actually how others are able to hear you. So only when you record your voice and listen, that's when you'll come to know, okay, that is your voice. So reading loudly and recording your voice and then listening to it will actually help you to understand how others are able to hear you, and also how others are able to understand the words that you're pronouncing. Okay, so do this exercise today. Once the session gets over, go to, take your phone, start recording your own voice, and start reading the newspaper, or you can take any other text also, but I would recommend newspaper so that it is easily available. So this technique will help you a lot, and just think about it. If you are doing this every day, 5 minutes, 3 minutes recording and 3 minutes listening, or maybe take 6 minutes every day, definitely after 3 months there will be a lot of changes in the way you speak. So this I can guarantee you, but you should do it every day, 6 minutes. So 3 months you can definitely work on that, because after we cannot actually spend more and more time, and it's always a learning process. But if you want to make it very quick, then you need to start now. तो ये एक टेक्निक बहुत हेल्पफुल है. आपको अपने वॉइस को रिकॉर्ड करना है. न्यूज़पेपर कोई भी न्यूज़पेपर लीजिए, और वो जो फर्स्ट पैरा होता है या कोई न्यूज़ आपको जो पसंद है, उस न्यूज़ को आप ज़ोर से पढ़ना है, और जब आप उसे पढ़ते हो उसे रिकॉर्ड कीजिए, और उसके बाद में रिकॉर्ड करने के बाद उसे सुनिए, और एक बार सुनिए, और पता कीजिए कि कहाँ पे कौन से वर्ड्स आप अच्छे से प्रोनाउंस नहीं कर रहे हो, जो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है दूसरे लोगों के लिए. तो उसे आप करेक्ट करते जाएंगे, और अगर ये आप एक्सरसाइज हर दिन करेंगे तो 3 महीने के अंदर आपका जो वे ऑफ प्रोनाउंसिएशन है, आपका जो कॉन्फिडेंस है, ये सब में बदलाव आ जाएगा, और आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट दिखेंगे दूसरों के सामने. सो प्लीज़ ट्राई दिस टेक्निक, एंड आई एम एश्योरिंग यू, इफ यू डू दिस एवरी डे, इट विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प you. So these are some of the techniques that you need to use so that it will help us to improve our English. So try this today. Don't wait for tomorrow, because only if we start now, we can be ahead of others very soon. So otherwise we'll be always in the same path. So we need to always try to be one step ahead of others, and for that you need to start now. So all those techniques which I said, please follow that. Start with the recording your voice technique, and also you can it's always good to watch English series and English movies with the subtitles. That will also help you to know what sentences to use in which situation. So ये भी आप try कर सकते हो. Every day half an hour या 1 hour you can watch some English series or English movies with the English subtitles. If you do this every day also, that will also improve your English, and also along with that, recording your voice and speaking loudly, reading the news loudly and recording it. So try these techniques, and I'm sure that you will have a lot of improvement if you do this consistently, and I wish you all the very best for that. And saying this, we will end this today's session. I hope today's session was very helpful for you guys, and let's meet in the next session. And till then, bye bye. Thank you. This is Likith signing off.